Hello and welcome back to League of Inches, to all the League of Inches family. Really appreciate you and hope you're all having a great day. Just wanted to jump on board a new initiative. We're going to do a new show each week, probably on a Friday morning, just update everyone on basically the week that was news-wise, just let you know all the big news articles that are going around and just have a bit of my thoughts on things as well. So hope you enjoy. Let me know your thoughts about it, and let me know about the thoughts on the news articles that we are about to talk through. So, first one I want to talk about is the Dragons horror day that we've all seen yesterday. It started so well, sort of at the start of the week. Ronald Vulcan was confirmed. Seen some pictures. It looked good. Training in there, Flanagan starting to gel into the way he wants his side to play in the preseason, but unfortunately, it all unraveled yesterday in a horror day for the club. Really feel for him. And obviously, first of all, losing Ronald Volkman with the contract saga. So it is an injury. He is requiring surgery. It was on the shoulder that they weren't um, told about. He actually went through his medical. From what I've read and understand, they actually didn't offer him the contract yet. So the Warriors did end up cancelling his contract so that he could come over to St. George, but he started training with the Dragons before the medical was cleared. And then it's since come out, the medical, all the testing has been done. And then obviously we're at where we are. So that's unfortunate for the St. George Illawarra Dragons and Ronald Volkman. I was really looking forward to seeing what he could do this year. I thought Ben Hunt would have been the perfect foil for him and his game, because Ben Hunt is that very structured sort of halfback and can really help his 5'8" out, we've seen. So I would have really liking Volkman's chances for getting that starting spot as well. But now all eyes on Kyle Flanagan. Obviously, he will get that 5'8" spot for round one. Can he get back to his best form that we've seen early days for the Sydney Roosters, and to an extent the Cronulla Sharks when he was there as well? That's something that we will have to wait to find out for. Corey Allen as well, the ACL injury, out for the year. He's torn his ACL. Massive news. I think more so in the depth department, because I don't think he was actually in their starting side if in a full strength outfit. You got the likes of Sloan fullback. You got Matt Fagai and Ravalawa on the wings, and then Sully and Lomax. Personally, I want to see Lomax at fullback, but I have a feeling that he will still just have that center spot, and it will be Sloan's to lose in that fullback. But I tell you what, I would really like to see Lomax get that fullback spot. I think he's a fullback, especially for that Dragon side. And maybe Corey Allen would have been more in contention then. He could have moved to the centre spot. Who knows? Maybe this might force Flanagan's hand to have Sloan as that starting fullback and Lomax back to the centre. We're not too sure. But when you look at their overall squad, the Dragons, after that initial five that I just spoke about, there's no disrespect. There's not a whole lot more coming through. And they're going to rely on a lot of their kids. Hopefully they can do the job, but it is a bit of a blow, as I said, in the depth department. I don't know what Coach Flanagan has done, Shane Flanagan, but he must have walked under a ladder or something around Christmas break, and horrible way to start your preseason. This is their first week back as well, don't forget. So at least it's early-ish so that they can start to get some plans in place. But as I said, it's just not two things you do not want to happen to your club. Cobbo to the centres. We obviously seen that for the Brisbane Broncos. Kevin Walters has come out this week and basically already said, which is a surprise, especially for this sort of a move. I thought there's a lot of coaches out there that wouldn't want people to know this, and they try and keep it under wraps for as long as possible. But Walters is happy to come out, maybe put a bit of pressure on Cobbo as well to make sure he does do the right thing in that position and takes it seriously. Look, I was a bit iffy about it to start with. At the moment, it's sort of coming around to me a bit more when I've had a look into things. For instance, look, if you look at their wing options at the moment, you've got Jesse Arthurs, Dean Mariner, Corey Oates, and even Jordan Piera, who's done a job for him when needed last year. So I think they can allow to have Cobbo into the centres. They don't have as much depth when it comes to the centres at the moment. So I do like it. We do remember Cobbo played, I think it was 1 or 2 games early on last year at fullback for the Broncos, and he has been touted for a little bit of time before that as a future fullback until they signed Reece Walsh. So he's definitely got the attacking ability. The worry for Cobbo is the defensive stuff. Obviously, being on the wing, he hasn't had to make any real decisions. He has to just follow the center in when they decide to come in and jam. He's going to be the guy doing that. And on that side, they've got a pretty much inexperienced sort of side over there. They've got Ezra Mam over there. Pia Cura will be coming in for Capewell as well. So there's an interesting back half of this preseason for the Brisbane Broncos to come. Let's see what they've got. As I said, I do. The more I think about it, I do like it, but it is going to be a tough one for Cobbo to get his head around, especially initially defensively with those inexperienced players around him. Now, Zach Hosking signs with the Raiders. We heard about this, feels like months ago now that they were after him, hopefully getting an early release and not having to wait for next year to sign him. And Penrith have finally released him. So obviously a few players are still leaving the Penrith Panthers. We think it's all done and dusted after LOI, but there's another one. Will he start ahead of obviously Hudson Young and Whitehead? I'm not too sure about that one, especially this year. Have heard this is probably Whitehead's last year. If it's just a retirement overall, he goes back to England. That's sort of some of the whispers I'm hearing early on. So it's obviously a signing to get him in now, get used to the systems in place, and then have that starting spot for next year. I'm just really keen to see this year because obviously last year Zach Hosking was one of the finds of the year. I thought one of the better. We've seen a few of those younger sort of back row players come into it last year. So really looking forward to seeing what Zach Hosking can do at the Raiders and push those two players. Obviously, he'll probably be starting off the bench originally and come on. And I'd probably assume give Whitehead a rest. We'll see what happens there. I would even be opposed to Hudson Young maybe spending some time in that lock sort of position, a bit of ball work and the like. I've always seen him as sort of can be that role player, but we'll see what Ricky has up his sleeve. A big one, obviously, in the preseason, we heard about Valence has actually lost the kilos that was asked of him. He's lost all up 10 kilos so far in that center position for the Dolphins. This is absolute Wayne Bennett. This is a Wayne Bennett specialty. So this is what Wayne Bennett does: calls out players, makes it public. That way, they're held accountable. They can't go any sneaky routes. They got to do the way they. It was basically the way we were told about it. It was Valence was told, lose the kilos or you're gone, basically, and he's done that. He's looking quite fit. He's looking sharp, dangerous because he's only initially last year was his first season, not just in the NRL, but basically rugby league in general. I think a lot of people forget just how fresh he is to the game. So if he can get that confidence back with his body, now he's lost that weight that was requested of him. I think it's only a good thing for the Dolphins and puts pressure on a star-studded centre pairing already in Avarillo and Farnworth. Now, the final one from myself in this first week's installment, just a post obviously I put up on the page recently, just about Angus Crichton. He obviously put a post up about 2023, how it's a bit rough for him. Look, I'm so keen to see what 2024 has in store for the Angus Crichton story. I actually do think we see him get back to his best, and that includes getting a New South Wales Blues jersey back as well, which is only a good thing for us Blues supporters out there, and probably a player that the Queensland Maroons would worry about because at his best, he's no doubt one of, or if not the best second rower in the game. So really looking forward to seeing how 2024 unfolds for Angus Crichton. And guys, let us know in the comments what your thoughts are on those news articles. And I will just say quickly, the League of Inches shop, this is part of it. The white hat is now available on either Facebook or YouTube. Sorry, not YouTube, Instagram. Just go ahead, click on the links, and there's a variety of products there. There's hats, there's shirts, there's singlets, there's even coffee mugs and a League of Inches sticker as well, which all goes towards helping support the page, helping us grow and helping us get better quality content when it comes to equipment that we can use and the like. So really appreciate everyone's support, loving the growth that we are currently experiencing. However you're listening or watching this podcast or video, please hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button, and we'll see you for the next one.